Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Life Sucks. Let's talk about it with Greg and Amanda. Gregory, how are you?
I think I'm doing good. We had some hurricanes and we just dodged another one. It's out in the Gulf somewhere, so I think we're good. The craziness of yesterday's finally over, so we can all move on with our lives, which will be nice.
Definitely. That will be nice.
Happy to be at that point. Yeah, excited to do another call.
Me too. We had some tornadoes the other night, so it was really exciting getting to spend some hours in the hallway.
But you're still here.
We're still here. So today we have Jenn and Zac with us. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
All right. What can we help you with today?
We were wanting to discuss respite care for caregivers.
Perfect. And who are you a caregiver for?
Ethan, our son, who is 6 years old.
6. Okay. And what are his needs? What are his diagnoses?
So he has a list of diagnoses. His current needs right now, we've been able to actually, go down on his needs, but he still has a G tube.
Mm-hmm.
What's a G tube?
I'll let Zac explain that to you guys.
So a G tube is just a tube that goes from the exterior through the abdominal cavity and straight into the stomach, and it's used for providing supplemental nutrition, supplemental fluid, or medication administration, which is one of the big things Ethan's is used for.
Okay, so a feeding tube.
Yes.
So I'm not as smart. You got to dumb it down for me. Okay, so he has a feeding tube. Why does he have a feeding tube?
So in 2019, he had sepsis, and the sepsis, we don't know what it stemmed from, but when they did surgery, they found out that he had 80% of his colon necrotic, so they went ahead and removed it. He ended up with an ostomy bag, and then was unable to eat anything. So he had an NG tube, which was a tube that went in through his nose. It was also a feeding tube for like almost 2 years. And then in 2021, we were finally able to get some of his stomach issues under control to be able to get the G tube placed, which has been much easier for us. And we did use it for like 3 years for feeding. But right now he only uses it for medication and then to reach his water goal every night.
But so he's healthy overall right now?
Yes.
That's a good thing.
That's fantastic. So when you guys say respite care, can you kind of explain what that means?
Thank you. Yes, I wanted to ask that too, because again, you got to dumb it down for me. I can't even spell it, let alone explain it.
So respite care, for caregiver, I feel like caregivers get burned out really fast with, it's just, you never get to clock out of what you're doing. For example, with Ethan, we have a camera still in his room. He's 6 years old, and we have to keep it on all night to keep an eye on him. We have to stay on track of the time to administer different medications that he needs throughout the day. There's about 10 or 12 medications that he has to take in the morning and about 8 or so at night. And then throughout the day, he has one that he takes every 3 hours. Since he has a lot of GI issues too, it's like we as his caregivers know him the best.
Mm-hmm.
So we know what his, for example, stools should look like when he goes to the bathroom and how often he needs to be going to the bathroom. It's just a lot to keep track of. We have to keep track of how many ounces of fluid he's been taking. And so at the end of the night, how much is he missing so that we can reach his goal? So basically, respite care would just provide, like, for us, a date night. It might look different for a different caregiver, for a different person.
Mhm.
maybe time for themselves, maybe they
Mhm.
don't want to be around other people. But it's just getting a break, but having someone that you can trust to take care of that person for you and the needs that they have.
So, I so sympathize and empathize with you guys because our family is in a similar boat with that, a similar situation. Our kiddo is just turned 18 and he has cerebral palsy and severe epilepsy. So, finding that trustworthy person for your child to be with for those few hours that you can go out and get a break and just go have fun with your spouse is few and far between, and it's really, really hard. And respite care is something that is definitely needed for us as caregivers. And do y'all have family around here that helps out with that, or?
Yeah. What have you done to this point?
So my youngest sister used to watch him for us, and we would pay her. But now she has her own baby, so her schedule's just kind of more limited. But I rely a lot on my mother-in-law. Just whenever she has free time in her schedule, she will even offer us a date night, and she's not scared. Like, she's really hands-on. She
Mm-hmm.
loves to learn everything, and she's not scared. But as far as all of my other family, like my parents basically live um next door to me, and they are fine watching the kids as long as Ethan has just used the bathroom, has just had his meds, and I have to be back by, in 2 hours before it's the next time to access his G tube or take him to the bathroom or whatever he needs done.
Yeah.
And then another thing that scares me with him, just coding before, is I want it to be someone that's like CPR certified.
Mm-hmm.
My mom, she loves him. I know that, but she's scared, and I was too when I was presented with all these medical issues. But she just doesn't want to learn how to access the G tube and stuff.
Yeah.
What about getting like a skilled person, like a nurse or somebody like that you could bring into the house for 2 hours? That puts your mind at ease when you guys go out, and then you're not having to train them. I mean, for them, they should, assuming they know what they're competent, they'd be able to um, meet his needs.
We've thought about that, and I have several friends that are nurses too that I thought about asking, but I know that they also have full-time jobs, so that limits the hours where we would be able to go. And I don't know how I feel because we've never had a stranger watch them.
So, I'm going to ask you a couple things. Do you guys apply for you're in Arkansas, right?
Yes.
Okay. Arkansas has a respite care program that provides $300 a quarter for paying someone to come watch your kiddo. Do y'all apply for that?
No, I have not applied for it. I don't know if Ethan would qualify.
He would qualify.
Okay.
I would definitely say, because if you present to one of your nurse friends and say, hey, we would like a date night, tell me your availability. I have this X amount of dollars to give to you for babysitting. I mean, that might help, and then ease your mind. I know a stranger has never watched him, and things are going to happen whenever you go out. They just will at some point. But you can't live your whole life not going out on date nights. Don't be like me. We have lived for years not doing date nights because we didn't trust anybody either, except for family members. And they are so limited on, and if you're like me, I feel guilty every time I have to ask them because, they have their own life and stuff like that. So
Definitely.
yeah. So,
let me jump in there too, because,
yeah.
In my previous life, I've kind of done a little bit of this, a little bit of that. When I said a nurse, I hate asking people for anything. I don't like asking for help. What I was thinking of, one of my old careers, they have, typically it's for older people, but they have, somebody gets hurt and then they have rehab. The PT comes into the house, there's services. And again, I would imagine, you will find someone who can work with you. They might say it's a 2-hour minimum, but it's not like you have to do it every day. A lot of the people work as needed. So I was thinking more of a home health type company. And
Mhm.
I don't know how Amanda would know better as far as insurance goes, whether they take it or not, or whether the 300, but that way you don't have to feel bad. And I mean, it's a service you pay for. I hear I don't want to bother people, and I get it. So
Mhm.
this would be a way of getting around that. You're getting an RN in the house, and then you have your peace of mind when you guys go out. Or have you tried that?
We haven't tried it yet, but it's something that I'm going to look into. I think I've done some reading on the Arkansas Respite program, and
Mhm.
I just need to apply and submit his medical records on there. But I
Yeah.
saw that they have some agencies listed where you can
Mhm.
hire nurses through.
It's called
Yes.
home. You want a home health company. That's what they're called, home health. You
Yeah.
will want to specify that you want. And again, this is your comfort. I'm not a doctor. I don't know your son's needs, but if it's as extensive as you're saying, they have either people that will just come sit with him that are not doctors, but that could take care of him, or nurses. But if you need someone more skilled, they have skilled people as well. But that would be a home health agency, and there's going to be a million of them. When you look them up, you'll see tons of them. Like anything, it's going to be annoying. You've got to make phone calls. You have to talk to different people, but you will find someone you like, and that may work with you. And it may not be nearly the expense or stress that you think it might be, but it's definitely worth making the calls because, like Amanda said, you don't want to give date night up. I'm sure your husband wants to take you out somewhere.
So you're right. They do list some agencies on the website, and they will also send you a letter, and it will have on there too some of the agencies. Um, the thing that I have found on the agencies, sometimes they're not fully staffed. So sometimes you kind of have to schedule it out, but that will also give you guys time to plan what you want to do.
You
That's
do
true.
have to. You do plan them. And I'm online right now. I just looked up Arkan. I mean, you've got there's 30 of them listed in, well, I just picked an area, Bentonville. I don't know if you're near that or not, but Bentonville's got like 30 of them listed. So,
Yeah.
and I'm sure even if you're out of there, you type that in, you're going to find tons of home health agencies. And then you interview them. And like she said, you schedule it out. But that's good too, because then they have time to schedule it. And then, yeah, it will work for you. And you're going to have a peace of mind, and you're not going to feel guilty about it.
That's true.
So that's my thoughts.
I totally understand your hesitation. I 100% do. It's, I'm in Arkansas too. Just bring that sweet baby over to me and we'll take care of him.
we can trade off.
Exactly. We can trade off. And that's another thing you can do. You can post in your location support group and be like, hey, does anybody want to trade date nights? And things of that nature, because there's other special mamas, special needs mamas that do what we do in our area or in your area. So that sometimes you just have to reach out because we know what each other goes through all the time.
Yeah.
Jen, is your hesitation having someone in the house that's not you, or is it you just don't want to bother the people that you know?
I think it's just not wanting to bother the people that I know,
Okay,
because of their limited schedules.
Sure.
But applying for that program would definitely open up more opportunities for us to be able to hire someone that, even if it's scheduling it out, it could give us that chance.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just making sure that you just kind of were just not wanting anyone else to be involved, and I was going to say that's another issue, but if it's just that, then the home health is absolutely the way to go, and you'll see there's some really good companies out there.
Mm-hmm.
How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, he didn't say much. Zach, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right.
Just doing most of the talking, which is fine. But yeah, that's most of our concerns is just being able to have someone trustworthy in the house where we can go out and have a little bit of peace of mind that he's taken care of, because we're also not really self-centered people. We always put Ethan first because of all his needs, and all of our stuff kind of gets pushed to the back burner. So we don't want to feel like we're making a sacrifice and him not getting the care he needs just so we can go out for a couple hours too. It's kind of the other hurdle.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%
Well-
understand that. But you know what? That's okay.
Going that route will put your mind at ease so you don't
It
have
will.
to feel bad, because you're putting them with people probably that are, just as trained as you are, because no one's going to know him as well as you, right? But they're gonna have the knowledge, so at least you can have peace of mind and not have to feel bad about it. So I think that's what you guys need to do.
Yes. Your relationship will thank you for it.
And we want to hear how it works. We want to know
Yes,
what
we
happens.
do. Yes. So email us, text me, or text Greg, whatever. Just, keep us updated.
I hope
Okay,
it works,
we
but
will.
I think it's good. I really do think
Yeah.
that's the best approach.
For sure. And thank you guys so much for coming on. We appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah, thank
Thanks,
you guys.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. See ya.
Bye.
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 Bye. Well, Amanda, another happy customer.
That's right, Gregory.
So, what'd you think?
I just empathize with them so much. I've been in their shoes. I want them to apply for that respite voucher and get some date nights in, because it'll help them so much.
Well, it is. It's hard. I mean, it's hard
Mhm.
having a kid that doesn't have special needs, and then you throw that into it. Like
Mhm.
I see what some of the families, that I've worked with go through, and I don't know how they do it, to be honest with
I
you.
don't either. They
but
have
yeah.
no choice, and I guess they just sheer willpower.
If they make that call, though, I think they're going to be very happy, because those skilled nursing facilities, there's so many of them. They're a dime a dozen. But so, like anything, right? Like, you don't just go to one car dealership, but once you find one you like and trust, it's great. So that really is a good option for them if they follow through on it.
Yep, agreed.
So,
Sir,
all righty.
see you later.
Talk to you.